Three, two, one.
You are now on air.
Dialog audio date is 02.03.2019. The time is 08:29 a.m. Eastern Time here in upstate New York. That'd be the southern tier of upstate New York where I live and reside on this Sunday morning, third day of February. Hello, folks. Rich Roberts at Fireman Rich over there on Twitter, as well as here on the Dialog, the morning Dialog at Get Dialog. We are getting our day started here on a special Sunday because I'm on a day off. And we already tweeted and posted up that we are live audio here on the Dialog. And we're just checking the audio, and yes, we do have audio over there on my LG Stylo 3 Trek phone. We're monitoring comments. We have one listener, that would be me. And oh yes, we do have the morning coffee, folks. We do have the morning coffee. And we're getting our day started here. I'm on a day off, drinking the morning coffee. Just got done with a really great breakfast that Mrs. made up this morning. And we're going to be talking about food, but not breakfast food. McDonald's? No, I just noticed I have a typo in the oh, did that go into the McDonald's? Yep, it went into the tweet, so I'm going to have to change that. Well, I haven't been doing a dialogue. I guess the last dialogue I did was last week just before the polar vortex, but we're out of that, folks. We're on the other side. We're on the other side of the polar vortex because this morning in the southern tier of upstate New York, it's a bombing 33 degrees Fahrenheit. I could wear a t-shirt and it'd be like summer-like out compared to the -7, -15 degree weather we had last week. Was it last Tuesday or Wednesday? And this morning, let's see, the sun rose this morning at, let me see, I got to get to the page there. The sun rose at 07:17, which is over an hour and 20 minutes ago, hour and a half ago, thereabouts. And it will be setting later this afternoon at 5:20. Oh, we had a burp here. The sun will be was rising at 07:17 a.m. and will be setting at 5:23 p.m. Actually, probably an hour and 7 minutes before the Super Bowl, because this is a Super Bowl Sunday, folks. Yay, Super Bowl Sunday. I believe I was off last year on Super Bowl Sunday. And we have some additional listeners here this morning as our intro music takes an exit stage left here. Get some coffee here. Oh man, that coffee tastes good. Good to be back on the dialogue here, folks, for the morning dialogue. We have a couple of listeners, live listeners here. I want to say good morning to y'all. It is morning here at 08:33 currently. As we get this show started, if you want to call it a show, it's actually my audio, my morning dialogue audio here on the Dialog, live audio, a great platform. Been busy of late here for the last several days, dealing with some cold weather up here in the southern tier of upstate New York. And it's warm now. It's 33 degrees out. It is nice. But we do have some cloudy skies and some rain expected in. And but that's the one thing when it gets really super cold and you have a temperature change switch around of like 40 to 50 degrees, it feels warmer than you would figure. So I am appreciating the 33-degree weather. And was it the groundhog Phil of Puxatana Phil down in Pennsylvania? He did not see a shadow, so I guess they're saying that we're going to have an early spring, and I'm seeing sort of indications of that as far as what I see with the bird movements and stuff like that. We have several flocks of geese that, I don't know, they hang out during the wintertime, and that'll be a sign to see if they start heading north. But the little guy did not see a shadow, so we're going to have an early spring. But, and there's always a but, he has been wrong before. And there is another burp, the interruption on the sound. But he has been wrong before. Then I think his track record is 30 to 33% correct on his predictions and whatnot. So, but today we're going to talk about something I wanted to talk about this last week, an article that came out about the McDonald's new Big Mac. Now, don't worry. I know those people that don't care for McDonald's. I'm one that I like McDonald's. It's okay. It's okay to have an occasional burger. You want to call it fast food, you can call it that, but it's a restaurant in a sense. It has been around for a long, long time. I can remember the first hamburger that I recall being purchased for me was like 20 cents. So that's age dating, because I think back in 1960, when they got started, it was 15 cents for a burger. But I remember the day when you could take a buck and go to the McDonald's window where you were outside a building to get your order and get a hamburger, cheeseburger, or a medium shake. In my preference, it was a chocolate shake, along with some French fries. And I don't think they had larger or small, just another burp. Another burp there, a sound burp. But you get just some fries, those three items, and you'd get like 20, 30 cents back and change. Oh, remember that days? Now I think a quarter pounder cost you about $5. But McDonald's is changing its Big Mac recipe for the first time in 50 years. Okay, the Big Mac is arguably the most famous hamburger in the world. Now, for the first time in 50 years, the fast food chain, McDonald's, is changing its signature recipe to include a new ingredient in the makeup of the Big Mac. The Big Mac. Bacon. Well, with everything having bacon put on it, I'm surprised they didn't do this earlier. But created in 1968, the classic Big Mac contains 2 beef patties, a special burger sauce, iceberg lettuce, American cheese, gherkins, and onions. I guess that's like an onion. The new limited edition variety will contain all of the above, with the extra addition of salted bacon rashers, I guess strips of bacon. Some burger fans are already embracing the new recipe with open arms. I would try one. Just to see what it's like. But there are those that they're not accepting the fact. They don't want to. They're traditionalists, pre-purists, I guess. It's a Big Mac. But for those not so convinced by the brand's decision, fear not, as McDonald's assures its customers the classic variety will be available alongside the limited edition version. And so I guess it's just a Big Mac that becomes a specialty sandwich. McDonald's is also bringing back the Grand and Junior size Big Macs. Now, I can see having a Grand Big Mac, but a Junior, would you want one smaller? Yeah, I guess just to get the taste of it, I guess. Complete with the extra bacon version of the Big Mac. Launched for a limited period during January 2018, the Grand Big Mac and Mac Jr. are bigger and smaller with one less patty version of the classic burger size. And I guess I look at this because, you know, you have the other hamburger places like Wendy's and Burger King. I think Burger King gives McDonald's a run for their money, and I think that's what they're doing in this case because McDonald's or Burger King has. I've seen commercials here of lately that they have the Big King XL, which is they tote it as being like a Big Mac, but it looks bigger. Okay, it's probably maybe 2 Whopper patties put together with the special sauce, I guess. But I haven't tried one of those yet, but I've been seeing some commercials of that particular hamburger. And like I said, McDonald's, I've always been a fan of McDonald's when I've traveled around this country of ours, the United States of America, as well as, you know, there's McDonald's around worldwide. I actually had a Big Mac in Italy when I was stationed over there back in the late 80s in Verona, Italy. I was on a field trip for the when I was going to college while in the Air Force stationed over there. And we took a trip down to Verona to see Romeo and Juliet's grand. And we had another sound burp. We were there to see Romeo or Juliet's grand balcony, which really isn't much of a grand balcony, but it was a pretty interesting visit, seeing all the different architecture. But there was a McDonald's at that time, because I was stationed at Aviano Air Base, which was about an hour and a half to 2 hour drives. It's actually an hour's north of Venice. So I think from Venice to Verona was about maybe another hour or so. I'm not sure. It's been so long. But I remember before leaving, I ended up bringing back a bunch of Big Macs for the guys I worked with down at the crash house. Because even though they were, excuse me, even though they were cold, they were still good. You know, they just, I think, yeah, we did have microwaves, I think, back then to heat them up. So Big Mac is having or McDonald's is having a new version of the Big Mac as that goes. So that's my sort of different news item to bring to the morning dialogue here. And like I said, I have sort of been scarce from the morning dialogue here this last week because of the cold weather, making sure I get up and get ready for work. But I'm on an off day today. It is Super Bowl Sunday, so plan on doing maybe some audio concerning that over there on Anchor, because I did do an Anchor 2 days ago. Yeah, the first of the month. And posted it over there on my Twitter feed where the link to this audio is posted. And I think the folks that are listening to this now, they may have come here because of that link to that particular audio. So we got 5 listeners now. So I want to just say good morning to you all and greetings from the southern tier of upstate New York, where I'm having my morning coffee. And Max is in the back here on his doggy pillow. And the missus is walking around sort of quietly for the minimum of background noise. But we're up and about, and we're going to enjoy our day today because, like I said, I'm on an off day today, a vacation day today. Then tomorrow, Monday, and Tuesday is my regular days off. And then I will be off Wednesday and Thursday for vacation day. So I'm off for the next 5 days. And what better time to be off when the weather changes for the better? Granted, it will be a little bit wet, but it will be a little bit warmer. And I might have a chance to play around with the Hubsan 501A drone that I have that I haven't really gotten up in the air. I think the last flight I took, according to my flight log, is back on December 31st on New Year's Day. And if you hear the ruckus around, the cats are running from window to window because we do have some bird seed out the window here for the local birds. I've seen as many as 6 to 8 pairs of cardinals, and I just saw six blue jays out there, along with about that many doves and a whole variety of other birds as that goes. So that little thumping you hear, that's the cats jumping up and down the desk or the counter here to look out the window, because it's Cat TV, where the show of the day is the birds that are feeding on the bird seed on the ground. So, but that's about it for now, folks. The morning dialogue here doing live audio. I do have to change that title, though. It says McDonald. I got a G in there after Don. Oh, the typos. Gotta love them. Gotta love this live audio. As much as you go through it, and make sure everything's all right, there's always one little thing. But that's all good because it's all good fun. And as far as that goes. So we are going to go ahead and exit stage left here, folks. Working on 15 minutes, so a little over 15 minutes, talking about the McDonald's new Big Mac. Will you try one? I think I will. McDonald's is changing its Big Mac recipe. First time in 50 years. So we'll see how that works. See if we have any follow-up to it. And if I try one, I will come back and report as such what my findings are. Big Mac, very good sandwich. I'm primarily a quarter pounder guy. I like the quarter pounder. It's always, I think it's a number 2 meal on the menu for McDonald's because it's simple. You just go in, hey, I'll take a number 2 to go. And you're back on the road. So with that, folks, I want you to have a great Sunday. Enjoy your day. We'll be kicking back watching the Super Bowls. Hopefully it's a good football game. There's some controversy about that Super Bowl. I'll probably be talking about it in another audio if I do another one later today. If not, I will be seeing you or you'll be hearing me in the next audio here on the Dialogue, the Morning Dialogue. You all have a great one. Live life, have fun. Ciao for now. And as always, peace.